Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back to Scatter Love Tarot with another pick a card reading. Today we are going to go into the topic of what do they tell their friends about you guys. This can include family and friends, just people who they are close to. And keeping in mind they are general readings. However, if you find that they are resonating with you, please hit that thumbs up button down below, knowing that as you interact with the channel, it allows me an opportunity to connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. I do just want to say thank you so much to everyone that has joined the tribe, everyone that has commented, that has liked, that has just become a part of this magnificent and magical journey. I'm just so honored to be here with you guys and understanding that none of this is possible without you guys. So I hope you understand the vital role that you play upon this channel, and just know that I'm so honored to share each moment with you guys, truly from the depths of my heart. If you are new here, know that we welcome all as they are in this now moment. We are all humans trying to find our way in this human journey. No one is different from the other, and yet we are all unique just the same. So please come as you are in this here now here moment. Now, with that being said, before we get into the prayer, I do just want to say for those of you that are watching my videos as they are posting or very close to when they post, in the next few weeks, you guys may notice a change in the patterns of my posting, and just understand that I am actually traveling for the next month. I will be settled at the very beginning of May, and so things will go back to your regular regular scheduled channels, okay? But for the time being, guys, hang with me, be patient. I'm doing the best that I can to stay caught up, as well as get you guys out the content that you're asking for. So just keep in mind that if you don't see one on a certain day, just know that there will be one that comes out soon. I'm still going to stay consistent with this even during my travels. So you guys will find this is something I do rather often. However, once I get settled, I will be settled for quite a few months, and then I will let you know the next time that I will be traveling. So that being said, guys, let's go ahead and open this up with your prayer. And then we will go ahead and get to picking your piles. Perfect. Okay. So today, source, my prayer is for safety over everyone and anyone that comes onto this video. I ask that you help guide them along their journey today and help them know that they are truly protected, that they are truly a part of your people, of your collective, of your angels, of your souls, however it is that they feel that they are on this journey, that is all because of you and a part of you that they get to express in this world. And I ask for safety because oftentimes we fear being who we are, and we fear what it is that we bring, and we fear that we may be rejected for the truth of our soul. And the reason I ask for this safety is so that you can help them all see the beauty of who they are at an authentic level, not the mask that's been worn to try and be accepted by society, but the person underneath that, the soul underneath that, the energy that they possess underneath that, and help them see just how beautiful, unique, and perfect that they all are. As these words are spoken unto this space, so shall they be. Amen, aho, ase. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm going to go ahead and get this set up over here, guys, out of the way. Perfect. So today we are going to choose from my Earth Magic deck, just making it simple, guys, and we're going to find out what they tell their friends about you guys. And then, again, it could be family and friends. What do they tell their people about you guys, whoever they hang out with? All right, so let's get the shuffle in. Source for pile number 1. What do they tell their friends about pile number 1, this person on their mind? Thank you. Okay, and for pile number 2, source, what do they tell their friends about pile number 2, this person on their mind? Thank you. And for pile number 3, what do they tell their friends about pile number 3, this person on their mind, source? Whoa, that card went flying. Okay. All right. So for pile number 1, we do have this green aventurine for you guys. For pile number 2, we have this tiger's eye. And for pile number 3, we do have this bloodstone. So pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. And whichever one you guys are drawn to, that should be the reading for you, keeping in mind they are general readings. So with that being said, whichever pile you guys have chosen, I will see you over there. Hello, pile number 1. This is your reading for those of you that chose this green aventurine or pile 1. This is going to be your reading on what does the person on your mind tell their friends about you. So we'll ask the dice first, as always. So if these are resonating with you guys, make sure you do hit that thumbs up button down below, knowing that as you interact with the channel, it does allow me an opportunity to connect with you and get you out more resonant readings. With that being said, though, guys, let's go ahead and get into your dice reading and find out what do they tell their friends about you for pile number 1 source. What do they tell their friends about pile number 1? Source, what messages can you tell us about what they tell their friends about pile number 1? Okay, so we've got 7th house, Gemini energy, and Neptune. Honestly, guys, they secretly want to be with you. Okay, like if this isn't somebody that is a love interest, then this might not be your pile, but we can definitely see where that goes. However, with this energy just right off the bat, they're telling their friends and people that they've known since their childhood that they want to be with you, right? Especially with 7th house, we're talking about romantic relationships right now. Okay, and so they want to build a relationship with you. They want to build, it could be a friendship, it could be a business partnership, but really they tell the people in their friends circle that they want you as a part of their life. But this is very secret, and they also tell their friends not to tell you about this because they're trying to figure out how to convey this to you. They're trying to figure out just what they need to do in order to approach you when it comes to the two of you guys connecting. And I feel like for you, you're like, that should be easy. But for them, it's not, right? For them, it's like they realize that maybe there's some sort of blockage here, right? There's also this want of not wanting to be stuck in a superficial connection. Like they want it to be a very open, honest connection. They want it to be able to, like, you like their friends and them like your friends and so on and so forth. But I do feel like there's a shared friend group here, at least a shared friend. And it's the shared friend that is aware of this connection or where they want to go. They are also afraid of gossip and the way that people might view you guys if they were to come forward like, oh, you know, like they're going to say bad things about us. They're going to say like, you know, that we don't belong together, this, that, and the other. When in truth, they really do want to build something with you, but there's this period of wait here as they try to figure out how to come forward. They know that intuitively they really care about you, and there are times when they dream about you. This person wakes up in the middle of the night from dreams of you. And so because of that, they're constantly daydreaming about you. They have, you know, thoughts on their mind, like of life that they could spend with you. How could we build things together? You know, how can we be happy together? But again, there is this guilt that's coming through, whether that's because you guys share a similar connection or this person could actually be involved with someone else at the time being. Okay, that's something that is coming through, that they are dealing with other responsibilities at this time. And so there's a guilt that's coming through with that, right? But they do they feel like there's something that you've activated within them, and there's this need to be vulnerable here, but it's not something that they're like chasing right now. They're really trying to figure out what steps to take. You know, you have Neptune here, and Neptune rules the feet. And when we think about feet on the journey, right, we're putting one foot in front of the other. What steps are coming next? And right now, their main focus is, let me put my right foot in front of my left foot. And that's the only thing I can focus on, even though you are taking up much of their mind space. And it's very emotional for them as well. You have these both air energies right here with 7th house and Gemini. This is very air energy that's coming through a lot. A very prominent air energy coming through here. And thus saying that they are thinking about you constantly. We have Neptune, which is an emotional planet connected to Pisces. And so it's very deep how they feel for you, right? This is very like, I can't get you out of my mind. I would like to, but I fear that if I weren't thinking about you, I wouldn't know what to do. And so they're just kind of conflicted right now on what steps to take next. It's not something to be mad or angry at them for, even if it's been a long time. They really are in the process of, do I overthink this or do I listen to my heart? And them trying to understand that about themselves is a huge step on their own journey. Right? And so they tell their friends that they think about you all the time, but there's this underlying fear. Do I move forward? And they might be getting encouraged by their friends, especially with the 7th house next to Gemini energy. There might be encouragement from their friends, but again, this person spends a lot of time overthinking, over romanticizing. It's like basically they've done the Piscean thing here, okay? And we could be dealing with a Pisces. It's not going to resonate for everyone. But it, like, when we say that, it's like a Pisces, they'll meet someone within 30 seconds. They have already dreamt about their entire lives together with that person. What's going to happen, how it's going to go down, what kind of kids they're going to have, how their kids are going to be, the kind of life that they're going to have with their kids, the traveling. I mean, when you say details, within 30 seconds, the whole thing's planned out. Okay, and it's something, I know I'm a Pisces, I get it, but it is something that on the journey of learning astrology, you guys hear that Pisces are this one where they're super romantic and they over romanticize even the smallest of things, and that's something that's very true. And so I feel like that's where this person is they're in this place of over romanticizing things and realizing that they have to come into a place of reality here and logical thinking, but when they fight their logical brain, they're going based on how they're feeling, and there's this conflict that's coming up, and they're trying to get advice from their friends. So, source, what does pile number one's person tell their friends about pile number one? What does pile one's person tell their friends about pile number one? What else, source? What else do they tell their friends about pile number one? Thank you. Okay. What else, source? What else do they tell their friends about pile number one? Thank you. Yeah, like they want to restore some type of balance here. They're asking their friends, how do I restore some balance? Because they're trying to, there could have been a fight. Okay. Like this is giving me energy that there could have been a fight between the two of you, and, or a disagreement or a misunderstanding, right? It could have just been as simple as a misunderstanding, but your person that you're thinking about took this very, very much to heart, and it felt overwhelming. And it was because they didn't offer you anything, because they were worried about what everybody was going to think, right? We talked about that. There's this guilt. What are people going to think? What gossip is going to come through? What are people going to say? You know, and so they're feeling guilty now. Like this is the guilt that's coming through. And so they're asking their friends, they're telling their friends, I want to restore balance, but how do I do this? And I feel like, honestly, their friends are sick and tired of hearing about you, because it's like, this is a friend group that has tried to help your person make a decision to move forward or to just leave this situation behind. But no matter the advice that's given, this person makes no move, right? They do not move forward. So let's see what else is. Yeah. Yeah, they don't move forward. Yep. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Oh my gosh. They are in turmoil about you. You're like, I'm sorry to say it, guys, but their friends are tired of hearing about you. Like, it's not nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with what they say to them. Like, they're always saying, like, I really love pile one. I really want to be with pile one. I really want to move forward with pile one. And their friends are like, yeah, do it. Let's go. You know, like, we're cheering you on. And then they like listen to all that. And then they come back and they're like, but what if? But what if, or what about, or how about this? And then their friends are like, oh my gosh, dude or dudette, can you just freaking make a decision and move forward? Because the thing is that right now they don't want to face reality. Part of them does not want to face the depths of how they feel. And they tell their friends that, like, I love them so much, but I don't want to face that. Like, what if they break my heart? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I love you, but what if? I love you, but what about? You know, and that's what they're saying here, especially with this House of God in the reverse. It's like absolutely not wanting to face a certain aspect of your guys' connection. And that's exactly what they keep telling their friends. And that's why their friends, I feel like this person has probably lost contact with some of their friends because of their inability to make a decision. This is a lack of decision. But they want something with you guys, right? However, they feel defeated right now. They feel defeated. Even though they want to overcome, even though they want to press forward, they still feel defeated because there's this imbalance. You guys might not be talking together. We don't have any really communication cards. We have communication dice, but communication cards. We don't have cards coming out saying they want to communicate or that you guys are in communication right now. There's this energy that there may not be communication because it's like you maybe asked them to step up or step off and there was lack of anything. Like, I feel like this person just went radio silent and you were just like, okay, I guess that's them stepping off, but I still think about them all the time. Like, what the heck is going on? And so you just move on with your life, but you're still curious about them. Of course, like, especially if there's somebody that's on your heart, which I do get that this person is on your heart a lot. But it's like irritating because you might see their name everywhere you go, or you might see like their favorite number or their favorite color plus their favorite number, and you're like over there like, source, please. I am so over this person. Like, I love them, but I cannot do anything about it. And yet every day you're freaking reminding me of this person. Like, it's irritating, right? And I feel like that's why you want to know, what are they telling people about you? Well, it's honestly, they're telling everybody about you because they love you so much, but everybody around them is so sick and tired of it. They're like, this person, they cannot make a decision. And in fact, most of their friends, honestly, guys, most of their friends there's this energy about them that's like, they almost wish that you would move on because that would make a decision for this person. Because right now, they're in this lack of taking action. They're not in this place of taking action, especially with this Five of Wands over here. It is in the reverse, okay? And you have this lack of action. But this problem, this is like turmoil coming through. Right? And an obstinate refusal to change. Like, they're not changing. We're not moving forward. We're not flowing. This is a bull that has their feet planted in the ground. This person may be a Taurus. I don't know why I said that. That is just something that just got channeled to me right now. This person could be a Taurus, but we are looking at that stubborn energy like that. Like a Taurus that doesn't want to change direction. And they won't. There's nothing you can say. There's nothing you can do to make them change directions. It's almost like they tell their friends that they deserve to be in this pain because of how they treated you. When in reality, I feel like for most of you that it would be as simple as them coming forward and apologizing and saying, hey, I'm really sorry, pile one. I'm sorry that I hurt you. I'm sorry I broke your heart. You know, let me explain myself. And I feel like you would sit down and listen. At least most of you would. You would listen to them and say, okay, you know, tell me what happened. Let's try to work on this. Let's figure it out. But there are some of you that are like, I'm done with this person, like that. And that's why you're so irritated that every day there's like signs about this person. And maybe they pop up on your feed and like maybe some of you guys have blocked them, or maybe some have, you know, just completely cut off any version of connection with them at all. And it's like, I'm absolutely finished here. I see. So let's get some clarifiers out on it, Source. Let me please clarify this. What do they tell their friends about them? Yeah, this is a burdensome connection. So that's why their friends are so confused, because like 1 minute they love you and 1 minute they don't. Why am I seeing this right now, guys? I'm seriously seeing someone that has picked a flower and they say, they love me not. They love me not. And that's how they talk to their friends. And so they're telling their friends that it's such a burden to know you, that it's such a burden to love you. And remember, this has nothing to do with you. Like, even their friends are aware that this has nothing to do with you, because you're MIA, right? You're not involved with them right now. You're not actually contacting them. You're not talking to them. And so they're like, look, this person is as silent as you are. So how is this such a burden? Like, their friends are confused. We're just going to say that. Yeah, look, I love you not. I love you not. I love you not. We have the Jack of Hearts here, which is this Page of Hearts, or Page of Cups energy, right? They can't get their stuff together. They can't, it's like, all they have to do is jump out of the cup so they can be free of this containment. But they're so used to being in this small space, in this limiting belief, that they can't get out. And so they'd rather just stay stuck here where they're at, because that's the thing. And so their friends, honestly, guys, I wish that there was more that I could tell you what they're telling their friends. It's just their friends are so tired of hearing this. I do, I don't. I do, I don't. I do, I don't. They're like, dudette, just get it together. Like, for real. Yeah. And they tell their friends, like, this is something they tell their friends, like, they see a beautiful, bountiful future with you, with this 10 of Hearts depicting the Wheel of Fortune. Right? Look at this. They just have to put down this belief. This is them taking action to put down this belief that they have. Okay? That's it. It's just like basically them getting over their own ego, their own emotions, their own traumas, their own broken heart, whatever it is. It's them putting it down and facing the fact that they do have a deep emotional connection with you. And that's the thing. They tell their friends, like, I could see a life with pile 1. I could see everything with pile 1. And for some, they will come forward. Some will, and some won't, because not everybody is going to heed the call. Like, that's just part of this journey, right? Yeah, guys, they freaking love you, and they tell their friends that they love you. But there's no balance in this situation. There's a lack of balance here. And I feel like for you, pile 1, you were always giving. There's this energy like you were the one that was always showing up, like you were trying to assist them on their journey. And it was like when you finally declared how you felt, or like you asked this to go further, that's kind of when things were stopped, halted here. And because of that, it's like you were just like, look, I got to take care of what I got to take care of. But now it's like you either pour into me the way that I poured into you, or we're not going to move forward with it, because you know that you'll end up being stuck in this situation where you're giving and giving and giving. Look, we have the 8 of Spades depicting justice here. Yeah, it's your time to get justice. You're aware of what your cards are. You don't know what their cards are. And right now, they haven't even looked at their own cards either. They want you to show all your cards. And it's like, no, I've done that. I've done that. I've shown hand after hand after hand. And yet, what are you doing? You fold and let me believe that I'm winning. Breadcrumbing, right? It's like they fold their hand and they let you believe that you're winning. And right now, you have no idea what's going on. I'm done with it. And so it's like you're having to listen to your intuitive notions here. This is like more than listening to your feelings. It's like I have to listen to my intuition now. My intuition is saying I got to go, because otherwise I'm going to get stuck in feeling trapped in this situation. And so let me send you love. And their friends now, so this is the problem that they're dealing with. They're telling their friends, I love you, but what if? And so basically you got out of that energy yourself. And it left them right into, like it basically let them fall right into the hole, the crevice that you made with your absence of energy. And it's not to be like, oh good, I'm getting back at them. Like that's not what it is. It's just whatever happens in life, whatever we give, we get, right? That's the way it works. It's you could call it karma, what goes around comes around, the law of infinity, whatever it is you want to call it. That is what happens. And so you gave and they didn't. And now they want you to give, but you're not. And so now they're in the space feeling the effects of how they treated this connection. And we have number 13 coming out with Tarantula Connection. Look at this. This is what I'm saying. Like they're the ones that are stuck in this. And they're telling their friends like, oh, it's your fault. It's pile one's fault. It's because of pile one. And I feel like even their friends are like, get your stuff together. Like, you guys, you're the one that didn't make a move. And you're mad now because pile one isn't giving to you the way that they used to. And I feel like some of their friends have even told them, what did you expect? They gave you 100 chances. When it got to 101, they put it down and they walked away. What did you expect? And it's like, your person is just like, well, I kept expecting them to come back. What do they tell their friends about pile one? But I feel like this person has very vocal friends. Like, if you guys don't share friends, like, it's the reason I'm getting that feeling is because that they're rooting for you now. It's like they don't root for their friend. It's like they're rooting for you to find happiness because they're seeing how indecisive your person is being. And so their friends are rooting for you. They're like, go on, pile one. Get the love that you deserve. Get that love. You guys deserve somebody who's going to be respectful and come at you the first time around and not make you wait. And that's what it's like. That's why I felt like maybe you guys were sharing friends. And again, you know, you guys could have friends together as well. We have destined to release, South Node on the bottom here. Yeah. You were destined to walk away from this. And they're feeling that now. They're feeling that. And they're complaining to their friends. But their friends are like, oh, well. Self-confidence, loyalty, and creativity. This is what they feel about you. This is what they tell their friends. You're so confident. You're the loyal one. You're super creative. You're smart. You're intelligent. You're playful. The times that we talk, it's a lot of fun. There's flirtatious energy that's going about between you guys. A lot of romantic energy between you two. But again, they're missing this, right? They're missing this energy right now. And it's like, this feels to me like absence makes the heart grow fonder. That's why you guys were destined to let go. House 4, cultural and family roots, home, peace, and comfort. You guys feel like home to them. And they're missing that. Like, they didn't realize how much they cared about you or how much they felt about you until you did to them what they did to you. And it wasn't an eye for an eye. I'm not getting that feeling at all. I feel like for you, it was like I had to walk away for my own sanity, for my own heart's sake. If I didn't walk away, I was going to lose myself in this situation. Yeah. So these two flipped over. We have slow down, pause and allow things to unfold, and embrace your emotions. Allow your feelings to surface and be accepted. And this is what happened. They slowed this connection to a halt. And it allowed you place to actually embrace how you were feeling. And that's what they're trying to tell their friends that you took it too fast. And maybe their friends believed it at the beginning. They're probably like, oh yeah, I could see how pile one was moving too fast. Like all of a sudden they really liked you and it was kind of scary. And I could see where they were taking it too fast. And now they're like looking at them like, sure. If that's what helps you sleep at night, go ahead and tell yourself that. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. And it's like, they're like, pile one, your person is really trying to like put the blame on your shoulders. I'm not telling you this to make you upset. I'm telling you this, but it's because the more that they try to pass it off onto you, the more the people that they're telling around them are basically like, when are you going to take accountability for your actions? Because they don't see any fault with you now. Right? They see how this person left you feeling like this, reaching out to them, expecting them to come back once. And it's like, they're confused now because I feel like this person hasn't ever done this before to somebody that they've been attracted to. And so there's this confusion from their friends that are like, when you're attracted to someone, usually you go after them. But the attraction between the two of you was so deep. It was so insane. It was so thick that you could cut it with a steak knife and feel it, and everyone could feel it around you too, and that's what scared them. It's like they'd never felt like this about anybody, and so they're dealing with their own inner traumas. Yeah, and we have slow down, pause, and allow things to unfold. We have lotus flower unfoldment. That's the thing, like I was saying, like you guys were destined to release this so that it could unfold and grow. You know, you already grew through the mud and the muck, and you're this beautiful lotus flower. Now it's their turn to grow through the mud and the muck because of your absence, so that they can turn into their own beautiful lotus flower. Right? And so there was this pain that you both had to go through. For you is the pain of them not coming through, and possibly the fear of abandonment. And for them, it's the pain of losing you, of actually losing you and having to deal with that. And so they tell their friends a lot about you, but their friends are tired of it. And at this point, their friends are like just rooting for you to find a love that treats you right. It's an interesting turn of events how that turned out, but I hope that this resonates, Pile 1. If it does, make sure you hit the thumbs up button down below, subscribe to the channel, and set that notification bell. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. Until next time, guys, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow humans that chose pile number 2. For those of you that chose this beautiful tiger's eye, this is going to be your reading on what do they tell their friends about you. And keeping in mind, this could be family and friends. We are going to come at it from a friend's point of view. However, we will see what comes out in the reading. As always, we'll ask the dice first. If you guys notice that these are resonating with you, please hit that thumbs up button down below. Knowing that as you interact with the channel, it does allow me an opportunity to connect with you and to get you out more resonant readings. So without further ado, let's go ahead and ask your dice. Source for pile number 2. What does their person tell their friends about them? For pile number 2, what does their person tell their friends about them? Source, what can you tell us? How can we understand? What messages do they need? What does their person tell their friends about pile number 2? I can't with you guys. I can't. We've got the 3rd house. We've got Gemini and Saturn. So I did have a channeled message that came through as I'm bringing these up here that somebody is married. Okay. That is not going to resonate with everyone, but that is something that came through. Somebody's married or somebody's committed, has a very serious connection with somebody. And this connection with you guys is too intense for them to sacrifice what they have, because there's a fear that it's not going to work out between you two, even though you guys care about each other. Let's talk about the dice. First off, if you guys have watched my channel for any amount of time, you know I do not like talking about twin flames. However, I did say, if it came up, I will discuss it. Okay, and this is just a personal preference for myself. It has nothing to do against the community itself. I just have my own experience with the community and my own experience outside of the community with Source, my intuition, and my guides. And I've learned a lot going outside of that community. Okay, with that being said, let's get into the dice. I feel like this is a twin flame. Okay, and the reason I'm saying that is because we have 3rd house and Gemini, both the twin energies coming through on your dice. Okay, if this had been Mercury energy that came out, we would have had a triple fold here. But I do feel like this is a twin flame coming through, and that is why I felt that I got this energy that one of you guys is in a connection, whether that's them or that's you. Somebody is involved in a marriage, something that is very serious, that it's not something that you can just break up overnight and head out and be done with it. Okay? And they tell their friends this. They tell their friends that, so I am getting the energy that it is them. However, know that it could be you, but I am going to go off what I'm feeling. And so just remember that energy is fluid. It can resonate with you as well. Okay, so let me go from how they're showing it to me and you guys do the rest. Okay, what I'm getting here is that this person is married and they know that they care about you a lot. They feel intensely for you, and it was like they had a whole life before they ever met you. And when they met you, suddenly their whole life began falling apart. especially with the Saturn energy here. We're talking about the planet of tough love. And they know that everything that has changed in their life has been for purpose, and they understand that. However, there's this energy of, if I leave what I have, the current situation that I'm in, what does that leave me with? I'm abandoning someone who I promised I might never abandon, right? Or feeling like they're breaking up a family for a hope, for a prayer, for, a maybe. And it's not that that's the case. It's just, this is what they're telling their friends. They're like, as much as I care about pile 2, I just cannot leave a situation where I'm okay, not necessarily happy, not necessarily miserable, where I'm okay, for a situation that I might actually be super miserable in because this person brings so much upset change into my life, or I might be super happy for, but I can't risk my whole endeavors of my life on that what if. And their friends, they do agree. Like, their friends are like, yeah, it's crazy. Like, I can't believe that you are so attracted to this one person. Like, if only you'd met them before you got married, if only you'd met them before John, if only you'd met them before Sue, whatever. And, their friends do agree with that it is a huge thing to sacrifice just to come forward to you. So they are getting fed by their friends a little bit here, and it's not to make you guys upset, okay? This person has very supportive individuals in their life. And understand that their friends do listen to them when they're saying how much they care about you. But to communicate that to you, okay, this could be one person, this could be their siblings that they're talking about too, okay? But we do know that this is people that they have trusted or been around for a long time, and they have been able to communicate with their friends most of the things that they've gone through in their life. So these are people who have stood by them, okay? And it's not them just blowing hot air out their rear. Okay, this is literally like, this is how they feel. It's like they're very open about it, and they're very talkative and communicative about it. And they have a lot of conversations regarding you. But the big thing that it always comes down to is the sacrifice that would entail for them to leave where they are currently. Okay? There's this feeling of they won't be able to adapt. There's this feeling of they're not going to be able to fall into it. And right now there's a lot of superficial energy that's backing them, like they're so worried about what society will think. And yes, they do worry about what their friends would think. And while that is a superficial energy, they do trust the guidance that their friends are giving them, because you do have close friendships here with Gemini and the 3rd house coming in. Okay, and so right now they're their own worst enemy, right? Because they're carrying the burdens of the traditional life, especially with Saturn energy here. It's like, if they're married, this is a burden to them. They have responsibility to care for, to be there, to support their family, which of course I don't feel like anybody would disagree with. However, what's happening here is this is creating a blockage because they're so used to this conventional lifestyle, right? And they're okay with it. It's not that they're happy in it, but it's also not that they're terribly miserable in it either. And so that's something to keep in mind here moving forward, that's why it's so important, if this is a twin flame, for you guys to focus on yourselves. If it's not a twin flame, it is still very imperative for you guys to focus on yourself. And this is mirroring what a twin flame would go through. If you guys are like, what is a twin flame? Please just don't worry about it, okay? Like, it's not something to get involved in, really, unless, it is something that continually comes up. And then I would say, but if, with the amount that it's talked about now, you could probably go and hear it 12 times in a day, and you'd be like, oh, well, it's always coming up, and it's just because it's always talked about. This is something, regardless of the journey that you're on, our main goal here as humans is to fall in love with ourselves, so that we will attract someone who falls in love with us the way that we love ourselves. It's not to be fulfilled. It's not to feel incomplete, because we are already complete, and we already have all the tools within us to fulfill our journey and ourselves and our soul, right? And so there's just sometimes this miscommunication when it comes to this journey within itself. There's a lot of people who are using it as a means to gain prosperity, because it is one of the higher talked about connections in the spiritual community. Okay, so I'm just putting that out there, guys. Just please listen to your intuition. Please listen to your gut feeling. Please listen to your heart. Ask your guides, ask source, meditate on it, sit in silence, find out your own answers. Don't listen to anybody else outside of you, because the answers are going to be different for each and every one of you, okay? But this person does, that's the biggest thing that they talk to their friends about, is the sacrifice. The sacrifice of what they would have to let go of if they came to you. Okay, and it's, for most of us, it's probably like not that big of a deal. Like, oh, that's not a big deal. You know, like people get divorced every day, or people, you know, but for this, for your person, it is a big deal. Okay, so source, what do they tell their friends about pile number 2? What do they tell their friends about pile number 2, source? Okay, yeah, okay. There's a lot of people involved here, guys, already. What do they tell their friends? You guys are incredibly attractive. You're strong. You're powerful. You're an inspiration. But they feel like they can't move forward because they're dealing with, this is either the person that they're with, who can be manipulative, or this is just friends who know what to say that remind them of the 3D reality that they're living in, that this is the only way things are, right? Because not everybody's on this spiritual journey. Not everybody even understands what it means to be on the spiritual journey. And you realize when you take the journey that there are way less people involved in it than you originally thought. And you're like, how could that be? But that's really how it is. And so it's like your person is in this place of learning spirituality because of the connection between you two. It's like it was divine timing for this to happen. And in that, they're raising their vibration, albeit slowly, but in raising their vibration, they're also surrounded by people who know what to say to remind them of their quote unquote place. So their friends are reminding them of their place, and they're frustrated here because it's like how they used to treat others, they cannot treat you that way. Like, you've turned your back on that. They used to be able to get people to do whatever they wanted just by their words, by not approaching them, by taking their sweet time. And while maybe that worked for a while for you, there was a point where you had to set a boundary. Like, I can't do this. I cannot do this. And that's the other thing they tell their friends. Like, they're so in love with you, or they care about you so much because you're the only person in their life that's ever set a boundary with them. And that's attractive. Boundaries are attractive. People don't think they are, but honestly, they are. Especially when people are in a more higher vibrational aspect of their energy, be it feminine or masculine, right? And so it's like, that is a very attractive trait, especially when someone can say no to somebody who's always had someone say yes, or everybody say yes. And so they tell their friends about this, and they tell their friends, it's like, I just don't think that I can change, right? This is being my own worst enemy because of my thoughts. But they can't, on top of that, they can't get out of their mind how much they are attracted to you. Yeah, how much they love you. How much they wish they could offer you a home, a life. But see, they're being secretive about their own feelings here, right? To themselves is more or less. And I feel like this is more or less to you too. It's like you're open and ready to receive. You're this Queen of Wands here. And yes, this can depict you as well, but the energy that I'm getting is this is them. Like, they want to offer you love, right? This could be a same-sex couple. Regardless, guys, of what it is that you identify with, who it is that you're attracted to, know that that's a beautiful expression of source, and you guys are perfect exactly the way that you are. Okay, so I just bring this up because we do have the two queens here, but it doesn't matter. You guys could be, one of you guys could be a fire sign, the other be a water sign. We have Aries and Cancer energy here. Okay, so just take it as it resonates, guys. But one of you guys is very fiery and capable of setting very firm boundaries. And they're in this place of not being able to give to you or love you the way that you deserve to be loved. And that's the thing. It's like, looking in the past, they notice that you've given them a lot, but right now they can't do anything about it. And so with them coming in this Queen of this Queen of Cups energy, it's them trying to listen to their intuition, but it's not as easy as some might make it think or appear to be, right? Listening to our intuition takes practice. It's a muscle, and we have to constantly use it in order to become good at it. And so if this is like a first for them to listen to their intuition versus what everybody tells them is right, quote unquote, right for the world, or that, oh my gosh, nobody does things in the world that way. This is how everybody's always done things in the world. Well, you know, it's like, how do I listen to my intuition when everybody around me is telling me that that's wrong? It's not that it's wrong. It's just uncomfortable the first few times around. And that's what they're trying to figure out. So it's like they're telling their friends, this is how I feel. Sorry about that, guys. Hold on just a second. Okay, guys, sorry about that. So they're kind of stuck in this in-between place right now. Like, how I feel for you, but what else my friends that are really close to me are telling me, and it's just a very confusing time for them. And their friends are just in this place of they're just trying to be logical about the situation, you know, and we understand on the spiritual journey, there's nothing logical about the spiritual journey. Like, at all. That's probably like the last thing that comes into play on the spiritual journey. Of course, we do need logic and our wits about us in order to move forward, but there's like everything, especially if this is the connection that I was talking about, there's everything illogical about this connection. None of it makes sense. None of it makes sense. It's just insane. It's this feeling and this knowing, this inner knowing that you have. And at the same time, it's like, yeah, but why? And there's no answer. There's no viable answer to it. It's just basically you're put in this condition, in this condition. It feels like that. You're put in this place where there's like all these things that you have to do now because you're learning not to be a part of the 3D realm. And so right now, especially if this is the masculine that we're talking about here, they're very much connected to the 3D realm. And so their friends are just trying to come at this from a logical, moral place. What is morale? Well, morale differs from person to person. So it's like, yeah, you could be upset about it, but all that does is leave you in distress when really it's just about putting yourself in their shoes and just saying, you know what, all I can do is send you love right now, but my boundaries still stay the same, right? Yeah, they see a world with you guys in it. They want to offer you the world. They want to offer you everything. I can't. This card came out in the exact same spot in reading 1. So the thing is that they do love you, but they can't see where it is that they're going. They're still in this very new energy. This feels very new on taking action towards their emotions or letting their emotions guide them in what it is that they're doing next. But for you, they keep telling their friends, I can't see a world without pile 2 in it. And their friends are like, well, you're just going to have to you're just going to have to figure it out because right now you can't do anything. You're married or you're connected or you have a family or whatever it is. And it's like, again, it's not their friends to be mad at. There's no one that needs to be angry at anybody in this situation because they're just trying to make sense of how they feel about you. And they're trying to tell their friends that, but again, it's like their friends are in this idea that the 3D realm is all that matters. It's your job, your family, your house, your support towards your family, your house, you know, and that's all that matters. There is nothing spiritual about that journey. And that's what they're like. Their friends can't understand this indescribable feeling that they have for you. Yeah, and that's the thing. There's like, look at this. I feel like this is 2 lives here, right? This is the key to their past, and then this is the key to their future. But if you notice, this is the Pope, right, on the 5 of Diamonds. It's up to him. It's up to this person to figure out what key is going to bring them the most wisdom. They can ask their friends. They can tell their friends how they feel. They can tell their friends this, that, and the other. But until they ask themselves, will they ever transform and let go? Look, you have the Pope, the Nameless card, and you have the Emperor here. Okay? So it's like they're trying to make this transformation from being the Pope, which is usually the guidance system, to the spiritual realm. Okay? And this sounds strange, but look at this. They're trying to be the Pope, or let go of being the Pope, to come into this transformational energy so that they can take charge in their life the way that they want to as this Emperor energy. You'd think that it'd be the other way around, but it's not. It's like first they have to go within so that they can understand what motions to take in the physical realm. And that's scary. And that's why I say, you know, like, you guys can be mad at someone, but it's just wasted energy at this point. Like, it's like, oh, they have terrible friends. Like, honestly, guys, I don't get that energy at all. They don't have terrible friends. It's not to say that all their friends are innocent or that they're perfect and this, that, and the other. That's not what it is. It's to say that their friends just have what they consider the best of intentions for your person in mind. Whether that's the real best intentions for them or not does not matter, right? They really, truly are trying to say, hey, this is how I feel about the situation. And it's just when people get so caught up on how others feel, someone in that position is not able to make a decision based on what feels true to themselves. Because now you have everybody's opinions. You'll have 10 different opinions. And it's like you're trying to form one action based on all these 10 different opinions. And that's exactly where your person's at. Okay, so we have this flip over. We have number 14 with Seahorse Equality. Like, they can't help but wonder about you. Like, this could be someone that when they're with their friends, they're watching your YouTube, or they're, I don't know why I said YouTube, but okay. Anyways, they could be, you guys could have a YouTube channel. They're watching your guys' social media. Like, they're watching what you guys are doing. Like, this could be someone that knows your schedule, and they may go and drive. Like, you go to the same coffee place every day, and they go and they drive to the coffee place to see what it is that you're doing, just to see you. Like, and it's like, if they feel guilty, like, there's this sense of feeling guilty about it and trying to blend into the background, but it's pretty obvious. Like, it's pretty obvious what they're doing. It's pretty obvious the energy that's coming through here. They could have their friends spy on you guys. Like, they could have their friends try to reach out to you guys to find out information about you. I feel like you guys know when that is happening. Like, we had square on the bottom, a challenging situation, a mountain to climb. This is what they're telling their friends. That's how they feel about your situation. It's a mountain to climb. Look, we have Jupiter, grow and expand, but they want good luck here, right? They want to grow and expand with you. They want to offer you the world. It's just right now, they're not in a position where they can do that. There's the illusion of them being stuck in a reality that they don't want to be stuck in. And really, that's all life is. When we feel stuck, it's always an illusion. Okay, and that's not to undermine the experience of someone, what they're going through. What that is just to remind us that all of us have felt stuck at one point until we decided to face the illusion and see that there were options available to us. Sometimes the problem is greater than our options, right? Because we almost put it in that energy. And so that's where they're at right now. Their problem is greater than the options available to them, and that's all they can feel right now. Then we have number 17, which is 8. 8 is all about your growth and abundance too, but it is also about ending karmic cycles. So again, it's like they have to end their karmic cycles. We have patience. Love is patient and kind always, right? They're moving slowly. What might look like moving backwards to you is them making gigantic leaps for themselves, okay? And that's something that you have to just keep in mind. It's not easy. The journey that they've been put on is not easy. It's not to say that yours wasn't difficult either, but sometimes when we get to a place where we're ready in our own journey, we forget how hard it was to get here, because now it's like a moment of reprieve. And it's like, as we're taking that deep breath, that it's almost like we immediately forget the struggles that we had to go through in order to put ourselves in someone else's shoes, right? And right now, they're the ones that are struggling. Yes, it may be brokenhearted for you. This may be a difficult time for you because they're not in your life. But again, it's like you've come to this place of being able to take a breath, and they're not there yet. They're not in that place at all. Yeah, see, we have full moon completion. They're really trying to complete these old cycles. They're really trying to clear their karma, get out of those cyclical energies, right? It hasn't been easy. None of this has been easy, but they are in the process of completing the cycle. It's just going to take time, especially if this person is getting a divorce or they have to get a divorce, you know, and that's not something that they were looking to. Imagine if they have to get a divorce. This is just an example, guys, but if they have to get a divorce and on top of that, they have kids, and so now there's a custody battle, that can take a long time. Right? It's not them filing for divorce and then jumping into your sheets. Like, that's not what this is. It's them having to file for a divorce, go through custody, grieve, and then be open to this meeting again, which I feel is going to be ordained by source. You guys will come into each other's lives again when it's time, when the season is ripe, okay? When it's meant to be. So have patience for this journey and keep working on yourself, knowing that you're getting a step closer to wherever you're meant to be going. And that's a beautiful aspect of it. But they do tell their friends about you. It's just that their friends do have a big sway in their life right now. And, you know, if you've been there, you know it's difficult to let go of our loved ones when we really do trust them like that, even though they might not have our best intentions at their own heart, but they believe it's their best intentions for us, right? And that's difficult. So this is what I have for you guys, pile 2. I hope that it resonates. If it did, please hit that thumbs up button down below. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. But until next time, stay human. Bye. Hello, pile 3. This is for those of you guys that chose this bloodstone or just pile 3. This is going to be a reading on what do they tell their friends about you guys. So keeping in mind it is a general reading, but if it does resonate, make sure you guys do hit that thumbs up button down below, knowing that as you interact with the channel, it allows me an opportunity to connect with your energy, to get you out more resonant readings. So with that being said, we're going to start with the dice. So let's get into your reading, guys. So for pile number 3, source, what do they tell their friends about pile number 3? What messages can we tell them? What do they need to know? What does their person tell their friends about pile 3, source? So we have 8th house, Libra, and Uranus energy. Okay. Let me give a block. Honestly, guys, this person is very secretive about you. They tell the bare minimum. This feels like they've been caught staring at your pictures by their friends, and I laugh because it's like they were like really trying to keep it under wraps, and their friends are like, "Hey, who's that?" And they're like, "Oh, nobody. That's nobody. I don't have anything." Like, I feel like this person that we're talking about here, they save your pictures. They download your pictures on their phone. They have like a little secret folder that they put your pictures in, and they're constantly looking at your energy. You guys could know when they're looking at your energy. But when their friends do catch them looking at your photos, what do they tell them? That they're very sexually attracted to you. Like, they feel... So, this is not to make you feel any one way. Okay, that's not what this is. This is just what's coming through. And I laugh because it's like they don't want to admit that they actually do deeply care about you. So they tell their friends that they're just very... Like, you know that game, would you do them or would you not do them? Like, that's exactly how they treat it. They're like, oh, I'd do them. Like, look at this picture, wouldn't you do them too? Like, and then if their friends say yes, like, they get really secretly jealous at their friends or mad at their friends because they really feel like their friends have a better shot with you than they do. Like, this is such a weird thing. Okay, so, I mean, you guys could be together. You could be together and they could be doing this with their friends, right? Like, it's like their friends notice, oh, they're looking at pictures of you in secret. And it's like they keep everything so private. Like, it's very private. They try to keep everything very private with the 8th house here, right? They don't like to have it out in the open. They like to keep it under wraps. And it's like, you know... When it gets out, now they have to transform their energy, and it's like, oh, like I have to do something else, right? But also you have this intimacy and this sexual energy that's going behind it and this air of mystery. And so maybe you guys are together, but they don't tell anybody that you guys are together. And you maybe haven't met their friends yet. So I am getting, for some, this is a very new connection. And for others, this is like you're wondering if it's going to get to that next point. Like maybe you guys are just talking and you don't know if it's going to get to the next point. And so that's how this feels, right? And so they're trying to keep it under wraps, even though they really feel this pull towards you, like this, they feel very harmonious when they're with you. They're very much in this place of being thoughtful of you, and it's like they feel like you're very beautiful. They tell their friends you're beautiful and intelligent, that you're easygoing, that you guys are charming, but when they're in your energy, they feel very peaceful and harmonious, and they could see having a relationship with you guys. But when they tell their friends, they want their friends to believe that what it is that they have with you is very superficial, that it's just a physical thing. Because there's this sense of trying to protect you, okay? This is such a trippy energy. I mean, it's with an honest heart. Like, it truly is with an honest heart. But it's like they're trying to protect you from their friends. So maybe they have some friends that are really raunchy, or like always try to get to their crushes, their girlfriends, their boyfriends, whatever, guys. Like their person. They always feel like that, and so it's like they're just trying to be unpredictable in this situation. It's like, I don't want people to know that I'm with pile 3 or that I like pile 3. I don't want to be out in the open with it, right? However, what could eventually happen shortly here is that there's going to be a sudden progression where you guys go from just barely knowing each other, right, to their friends. Whoa, guys, when did that zoom in all crazy? When I checked it, it was out here, guys. What the heck? What the heck happened? I wasn't even looking at it, guys. I was just over here looking out the window talking because I'm getting the energies. I'm getting channels. And so when I looked up, I was like, what is going on? So that's a sign. I guess we're zoomed in on Libra energy. So this could be a Libra. This could be a Libra that we're talking about. Not going to resonate with everyone, but this could be somebody that has Libra highly aspect in their charts. 8th house in Libra, Libra and Uranus. This could be someone who also has Libra in their Venus is another energy. Yeah, it's like they feel like if they keep it a secret that they'll keep freedom in your connection, and they feel like this person does do it with the best of intentions. Like they really do it with the best of intentions. And so it's just they want things to be different right now because maybe they've introduced, their friends to their significant others before, and their friends have really like created a really bad first impression. Like I keep feeling like this person, what they tell their friends is not at all how they feel about you. Like they just try to tell their friends the bare minimum, like, oh, we're just friends, or well, we don't talk. Like, oh, I said hi to them online once. Like, it's very like pish posh is the word that's coming to mind. Okay. But that's the thing. It's like they're very much in this place of not being completely honest and open about how they feel about you guys. And so that's what they tell their friends. Like, I'm not really into them like that. I really don't want anything like that. Like, this is just a physical thing. Like, if anything, it will only ever be a physical thing. And their friends are like, oh, okay, that's cool. Like, they're not. So it's like their friends aren't really that interested. But the thing is that it's starting to happen a lot more than it was before. And so their friends are starting to pick up on the meaning behind what's going on, right? So let's see what else comes out for pile number 3 source. What does their person tell their friends about pile 3? What does their person tell their friends about pile 3 source? Thank you. What does their person tell their friends about pile 3? Thank you. What does their person tell their friends? Thank you. Yeah, like, this is somebody who wants to wine and dine you. Like, and that's basically, they're like, oh, well, I'm going to take pile 3 out. I'm going to treat them well, and they're going to give me everything that I want. And again, this is not to tell you guys to make you upset. It's just that they're trying to keep something very secretive here. Like, they're very sexually attracted to you guys. Yeah, they feel very abundant when they're with you. They tell their friends that they really are attracted to you. Look at this beautiful energy, guys. Like, oh my gosh, this person. They're completely enamored by you. They love you. Like, I mean, if they don't love you, they have a very, very deep attraction to you. But do you see this, King, how he's looking away from this energy over here, right? He's like, nope, I'm not. Like, that's what he's trying to convince his friends. Like, oh, I'm the bachelor, I'm the bachelorette, like, I'm the single person, like, I don't ever get involved with somebody, like, I don't want it to be serious, I'm the one that goes in and comes out, and it's not really the energy that the King of Coins gives, but that's what they're trying to put out there. So this person could have quite a lot of money, okay? They could be very well off. I also, guys, I'm not trying to be dirty here, but I did hear well endowed. So, and again, that doesn't necessarily mean an eggplant. That could be, anything. It could be some chi-chis. That could be some tatas. That could be some, the badonkadonk, whatever it is. But I did hear that. So I'm just saying, it came out. Okay. Anyways, back to your regular channels. They're very much in this place of protecting their heart from, and this feels like that's the thing. What do they tell their friends about you? It's just very like superficial things. And the only reason they're doing that is because they're trying to protect their heart from their friends. Like, I feel like they don't necessarily have the greatest friends in the world. Like, their friends, maybe it's not that. It's just that their friends are very vocal about giving them a bad time. Very vocal about being in this place of like, oh, you like them. Oh, you think they're hot. You think they're sexy. Even if their friends agree, like, they're just very much in this place of like thinking that everybody only wants to be with your person because they have a lot of money, or because they look a certain way, or because of this. But I feel like you guys, pile 3, you have your own abundance. Like, you guys are well off. You take care of things. Taking care of business, right? Like, you guys take care of what you need to, and they know this, and they don't want to share this with their friends either, because it's like they feel like then their friends would go after you. But you make them happy. Like, really, the messages coming through here with the cards are how much they feel about you, not what they tell their friends. Like, what they tell their friends is so blasé compared to how they actually feel about you. Let's see if we can get some other cards out on it. But one thing they do tell their friends is how, is how attracted they are to you. Right? And I feel that there's this energy coming in with the High Priestess and the 2 of Diamonds here, or the Popess, which is in my deck, right? So with this energy here, it's like you guys are very intuitive, and they know that. And it's like they're afraid to tell their friends that you might be psychic, because then it's like their friends don't believe in stuff like that. It's like everything that you are goes against everything that they believe in or that they've been around. And so it's like they're trying to paint a safe picture of you to their friends, so that way when the time comes for you to be introduced to them, or if you have, they're just trying to make it easier for you. But, at the end of the day, everybody finds out the truth. And so, this is a very interesting reading, guys. Like, super interesting. Interesante. Es muy interesante, mi amigos. Yeah, they're just in this place of, like, really trying to take action based on what insight they're receiving. And they tell their friends that it's just very physical. Like, we have a lot of material energy here. And so that's very, like, physical. Like, oh, you're their arm candy. And they like that, right? It's like they want to be like a sugar daddy or a sugar mama. And really, like, when you guys are together, you have beautiful conversations. You guys get each other. They feel like they're understood by you, but they don't tell their friends this. This is not something they pass on to their friends. They do not trust their friends with this information at all. But when you guys are together, you have very beautiful conversations. They share a lot with you. You share a lot with them. Like, you are learning about each other, right? And they really appreciate this. Your person is really excited about this, and they do see a future with you. You're like their sunshine. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. So please don't take my sunshine away. Okay, so anyways, guys, like it's like interesting because they're just really excited to know you. They're really excited to be in your life. They feel like you guys are absolutely a match. And there's a lot of good energy and they really care about you a lot, but that is not something they tell their friends. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like this is something new, or it's something that hasn't been going on for a whole long time, or it's about to move to that next level. Yeah, it's like they're about to take action on this, right? But they definitely keep an eye on you. When you guys aren't together, they keep an eye on you. They're like, oh, because they want to know you. They want to know who you are. They want to be able to be around you and know the things that you like. And so they're always trying to find out more about you. They're always trying to find out what they can about you, but they do it in secret. They don't want their friends to know about you. So I apologize if this is not what you wanted to hear, but again, that's the energy of the cards. It's like this person really does care about you and they see happiness with you, pile 3. But they don't want to, they're very protective of that feeling. And they don't want to, what's the word here? Like, they don't want to expose you to what has happened in the past. Maybe with other connections. Something that you may already know, you may not know, you may find out soon. You know, like, they don't want you guys to have this place of being with their friends and how harsh their friends can be. Even if their friends are just trying to be goofy or silly, you know, like, it kind of comes down to that, you know, oh, if I'm not giving you a bad time, that's how you know I'm mad at you. You know what I mean? But it's like the bad time that they give people isn't, the only ones that are enjoying it are them, because everybody else is like, that's actually really mean what you said, right? Have you guys ever met people like that? Like, when people are like, oh, if I don't tease you, then you know I'm mad at you. But when they're teasing, it's just like, it doesn't even feel like teasing. It literally feels like taking pot shots at somebody, you know? And that's what your person realizes this and doesn't want to expose either side to the other, because they feel like you deserve better than that. Like, they feel that you guys deserve to be treated like the king, the queen, as you are. And that's the thing. And they're in this place of fearing that their friends are going to make you feel undervalued. So we have this flip over mutability here, our mutable signs. We have Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces, surrender, fluidity, and welcoming change. So this is something they're working on changing. They could be actually letting go of friends, or just not hanging out so much with the friend group that they hung out with before. And so they're making a change here. This does definitely feel like a cut, like, you know, cutting ties. Like, that's the energy that I'm getting here. And so they're trying to cut ties for you, right? Because there's this spiritual connection. There's a lot of emotion here. There's a lot of intuition and compassion between the two of you guys. And they prefer that to the types of friendships that they have in their life right now. Yeah, and then we have 31 here, which is 4. 4 is all about stability, strength, structure, stability. We have love makes a difference. Love helps heal past hurts and provides a sense of security and self-worth. So that's why they're choosing love over friendship, okay? Like, that's what's coming through here. They don't really say anything to their friends. They're just choosing to love you, to fall in love with you, to fall for you, to take it to the next level with you, because you've brought a lot of healing into their life already. And that is something that has impacted them in a very positive way. And so it's like, I'd rather feel this way that I do with my beloved than to keep trying to hide them from my friends, right? And so it's just like, we have be supportive on the bottom, make a genuine effort to show you care. So remembering not to be upset about their friends, just whatever does come to pass, being supportive of your person is always the best way to go. Just showing them that you do care about what they're experiencing and what they're going through. It's not yours to carry, but that you will be there holding their hand through it as the time goes by. Yeah, number 39, prosperity with Peacock. Like, they feel like on top of the world with you. They're in it, guys. They are in it. There's no escaping this feeling. I got a feeling, right? Like, they have got a feeling. That's it. Like, why do I hear that? What is that song? Hold on, let me think of that song. I'm thinking it's R2D2. No, not R2D2. It's R2JD or something like that. Anyways, it's not the original song. That's just a remix that I've heard. But it's like, the birds flying high, you know how I feel. The wind drifting on by, oh, you know how I feel. Like, I don't remember who sings that song, the original one. Anyways, that's how they feel right now. It's like they only have the birds. They only have the trees. They only have the fish in the sea. Those are the only things that know how they feel right now, because the people who they thought they could trust, they're realizing that there's not a bond there. There's not a trust bond there. And that's why. And so they feel like you're their person. That's it. Like, you are the end game for them. And it's something that they want to continue to build stability in. And they know it's going to take a while, and that's fine, but they're willing to go about it. They're willing to make that decision to come towards you, to talk to you about it. Yeah, instinct, wolf. So again, that intuition, they've had to climb a mountain to get to you. They've had to go through a lot to get to you. And it's like they're not willing to let you go because they had some friends that just, maybe fit the bill, or maybe just made them feel not so alone, or whatever it is. And it's not that they're looking to you to fill their life with, take away their loneliness or anything like that. It's just you've helped them realize that there are people out there who do understand where they are, who do understand them as a person, as an individual, as a worker, as a lover, as a friend. You've shown them all those things, and ultimately they want to follow their instinct here. And see, we have the lone wolf on this, right? You have one wolf just standing here. Like, usually they're pack animals, but you have the lone wolf, right? It's not wolves here, it's wolf. One wolf. And so he is breaking off from his quote-unquote wolf path, or her quote-unquote wolf pack. And so no longer being a part of that, but journeying out to find what matters and what fits well for them. And that's what they're doing. So they really aren't telling their friends too much about you right now. It's just because they don't have those friends in their life that they can. But what you guys got was more or less where they're where they're at and how they feel about you guys, right? Which is actually really beautiful. I loved your guys' reading. I hope that it resonates. If it did, hit that thumbs up button down below. And with that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. But until next time, stay human. Bye.